more ways for you to run my cash.
Check reparation, 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 check reparation.
Well, if you talking compensation, it's about that time. You gave everybody.
Blessed risings, good afternoon, or good evening. Depending on where in the world you are tapping in from, you got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show, and today we'll be discussing all police officers in this Oklahoma town resigned on election night. We'll be discussing that and more when we return from these brief messages on this episode of PCP Gone Wild. Welcome back. This is the Keep It P podcast, where we take news, situations, and everyday occurrences, and we show how one could or could not be keeping it P. And I am your host today, TZ Von Savage, in the place to be Sucker MCs. This article is out of the Oklahoman by Jack Money, Funny Bunny. This is Calvin's Oklahoma, home of supreme hating of the black man. This is the place where Black Wall Street was burned to the ground. Bombed, in fact, with planes. Now I know our viewers are smart and in the know, B1 for sure. But if you got something to add to that, go ahead and drop some knowledge in the comments. Calvin's police chief and a junior officer turned in their badges this week. You see that? You see how lamestream media is? All the officers in the whole town, they just up and left. It was a force of 20 men. Now I guess you could say, well, they just put that up and you assumed, you let your mind wander. You know what they shame about assuming? It makes your ass out of you and me. Nah, there was implications. You implied like this was some big grandioso force, like it was just so many officers that marched in and they ripped off their badges and turned in their guns in protest on election night. You know that's how you tried to make it sound. Lloyd Palmer, the town's attorney, confirmed the resignations happened. The Hughes County Sheriff's Office will continue to patrol in that area while they work to make new hires for the department. It was just two people. It ain't like the sheriff's office shouldn't be covering it anyways. Like they couldn't give two officers to go over there and cover what happens in Mapleville, USA. Palmer told the Oklahoman that Police Chief Erica Holter resigned her position to pursue other activities involved with raising horses. A junior officer who worked for Holter also resigned. Palmer said the officer decided to resign because he felt like he needed more supervision than what the current job provided. Did you just hear that? He quit because he needed more eyes to be on him, because he knew he's devious, deceptive, and he wants to cause a muck. He wants to practice his slave patrol rights, and he needs the supervisor who's going to lead him in the right direction so he can pull off all of his thuggish anti-black racism. He wants in. He needs in, and he got to have it. And how nice is it? I want to I got to kick my feet back. I'm tired of this. I'm going to just go get me some horses and we're going to ride the horses. I done made enough money. I done allegedly did enough corrupt things, stole plenty of money from black folks, and I'm done with it. I'm good. I could retire up in the sunset and give me some horses. While the resignations at a town council meeting happened just as polls closed in an election where 2 open seats were filled on the town's council, Palmer said he was unaware of any link between the election and the resignations. Right, you're just trying to make a story. That's what lamestream media does. They make up stuff. They put like you're not telling a lie. All this is true. That's how white supremacy does. Besides, they lie. But this is manipulate the facts. It goes on to say, and after being told about a social media post focused on a lack of local police presence as something that had happened within the community just days before the election, Palmer responded he was unaware of any groundswell of concern about that issue. Well, did you know that the whole town didn't have no police? There was it's a catastrophe. It's a need FEMA. It's a federal emergency. The post about the March 31st incident highlighted that 5 deputies from the Hughes County were on the scene, but no local officer. Many Oklahoma communities the size of Calvin and smaller don't have police forces and rely upon local enforcement provided by county deputies, he explained. Ain't that what I said? The sheriff can hold it down. There's 2 of them. It is not terror in the streets of Calvin. Things are well under control, Palmer said. That's what I said. Oh, scare tactic. What did we learn here today, boys and girls? This was just an example of how lamestream media say and will do anything. That's why we have our program. Shout out J Lava, not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think. Hello, McFlizzle. Is anybody there? Not gonna hold you, just gonna mold you, scold you, and fold you about being off code. Gonna leave you with the 4 words that we always do around this time, which is love, peace. 2 pieces, because you might need this piece to achieve that peace. Blessings. Be a blessing, give a blessing, and don't be afraid to receive a blessing. In Maloha, gotta go ha, out the doha for show ha. Big brother, light, bright, supreme, almighty. Signing off.